What's good, y'all? It's your girl Natalie La Bonita, and in today's video is gonna be another story time. In this story time, I'm gonna be telling you guys about the time that I auditioned to be on national television, Spanish television TV show. You'll hear what I'm about to tell you. Spanish-based show, and clearly I didn't get in. Sorry, my memory got full, but back to what I was that I clearly did not get in the show, because if I was in the show I probably wouldn't be here right now, but it's okay because everything happens for a reason. What did happen is basically, my parents, they're Colombian, so they're always watching, Colombian television shows, Latino TV shows, all that. And me, I'm always in the living room with them. I see everything that's going on. I see everything that they watch. I watch it all with them. Guilty as charged. And so there was this one show. I'm not sure if it was already a show and that this was going to be like a second series or, season, whatever. Or if this was just like a new series, new show that they were coming out with. It was called Pequeños Gigantes. I actually just searched it up. So Pequeños Gigantes, its literal definition means small giants. So it's like a little irony. So basically it's about to be like a show of little kids. They're showing off their talents, acting, singing, dancing, all of that. And they're just basically named it Pequitos Gigantes, small giants, because they're small but they're doing big things. They're doing grown-up things, like singing how a grown-up would sing, not doing impressions, but you get it, there are grown-ups who are famous for singing and little kids who want to be famous for singing like that. I don't know if you guys really get it, but that's basically it. Okay, so it says it's a Mexican reality talent show that originally premiered on Mexico on March 27, 2011 on Canal de las Estrellas and ended in July 24th, 2011. So I guess it was a new little series of little kids showing off their talent. So I was 10 at the time, and my dream was to be a famous singer, famous dancer, famous actor. I loved everything like that, and especially singing. That was my forte. That's what I always did. My dad always made me go in front of family and friends every time we had a family reunion or gathering or party or whatever it was. He forced me to sing, and honestly all that made me hesitant and made me kind of be a little irritant towards it, singing in public, and it made me shy just because I don't like being forced into stuff like that. But I did it. I always sang, and eventually I just told him I'm not going to start singing in front of everyone anymore. So my dad saw this opportunity and he was like, Natalie, I really want you to sign up for this. I want you to try out. And they were doing it in Manhattan, so that's easy drive, 45 minutes, boom, easy. So he was like, come on, they're gonna do it. And he told me a couple weeks ahead, I think, or maybe a month and a half, 2 months, I don't know. He told me a good amount of time ahead where I could prepare myself for the audition. And so he was like, I really want you to go. I think it's gonna be a great opportunity for you. Imagine all the opportunities that'll happen if you get in. This is great. And I'm like, I mean, I guess, but at the same time, it's in Spanish, and I don't know if I feel too comfortable with that. My Spanish isn't 100%. I would feel more comfortable if I was singing in English, yada yada yada. And finally he was like, just give it some thought. And I gave it some thought, and eventually I just came to the conclusion that, you know what, I mean, what can go wrong if I try out? I don't get in, okay, at least I tried. I get in, great. So I was just like, you know what, let's just do it. So he was so excited, and honestly I'm really grateful that my dad really supports me, especially with this. He's willing to do whatever it takes to make my dreams come true, and I'm really thankful. But back to the story. So I prepared a song, and the song that I ended up choosing was Celos by Fanny Lu. So I don't know if you guys know about this song, but if you do, then you're probably like, Natalie, why? Because that's a pop song, and that's not really the type of music that you would want your voice to really project and sound beautiful and have someone really hear your voice. That's just a fun little sing-along song. So let me just play a quick little clip of the song for you guys. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, clearly terrible song choice on my part because I wasn't even really sure what song to sing. I didn't really know many Spanish songs, and this was a song that my mom used to play all the time at that time, so that's the song that I knew, and I practiced it. Fast forward, it's the day of the audition. Me and my dad go to the city. We're waiting in a long ass line. This line goes down for blocks and blocks and blocks, and we're waiting for hours until finally, you know, I came into the audition and they brought us in groups. It was like 10 to 15 people in a group, I would say. And so I came in with my group. We perform in front of the group and the people who would decide whether you go on to the next step or not until, you know, you finally make it onto the show. And then the show, like, they just keep narrowing it down until whoever wins. So I performed. At this point, I was really shy, so my performance was not really that good, especially mixed in with this song. Definitely kind of a recipe for disaster. At the end of the little group presentation, I'm just gonna call them judges, kind of pulled people to the side who they were thinking of bringing on to the next step. And my name is Natalie, as I just mentioned in the beginning of the video, but there was like another girl whose name is Natalia, and her performance, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, was worse than mine. Like, I'm not saying I was like the best, because clearly I'm just telling you guys that I'm not, but I know my performance was definitely better than hers. And at the end, you know, they were like, all right, you guys could go on, but blah blah, and like Natalia stay. So then she stayed, and then me and my dad like looked at each other, and we were just kind of like, wait, Natalia? Like, because my performance was definitely better. Like, I'm not even just like trying to say this to make myself feel better. Like, I'm not gonna lie to myself, I'm not gonna bullshit. And so like we were confused, and we we're like, what if they meant to call like my name, but they kind of got mixed up with the other girl? So we were just like really upset, and I was kind of bummed out. And of course my dad was bummed out because, you know, he really wanted me to really make it on and go on to the next like little step. And so we came home, you know, we told the rest of our family, like, you know, they didn't make it, but they called this girl Natalia, and we think that they switched it up. And so my dad really believed in me. Like I said, this is why I'm so thankful for my dad. But that was the audition in New York. They were doing auditions all over the United States. It was like a couple months after that they did another audition in Florida. And because I used to go down to Florida all the time when I was little, this wasn't really hard for me to go down there. Also, we have family who lives in Florida, so it's really easy for us to just go down there, stay with them, just really convenient. My dad decided that it would be a good idea for me and him to fly down to Florida and go audition again in Miami. So I audition again. I wait in line. There wasn't as many people here, but I feel like there was more talent here, if that makes any sense, in Miami. So, you know, we go in line. I'm like seeing all the different people, and one girl that I saw who was like waiting on the line, I saw like when they're like showing on the TV show, like she actually got in. And when I saw that, I was like, damn, like that's actually pretty cool, like that's good for her. But so finally I re-auditioned again. I'm pretty sure I sang the same song, and like I said, with that song, it just didn't work out. That song just didn't go well. It was just a terrible idea. Pretty sure you guys guessed it. I didn't move on to the next one. And we were just like, damn. And also it was different judges too, I'm pretty sure. So it was like they were judging differently. If it was the same judges in New York, then I maybe would have gone to the next one. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure that there were different judges, so it didn't work out. I just thought that that was like crazy. I auditioned in New York. That didn't work out. And I flew all the way to Miami. Re-auditioned. That didn't work out. And then I had to go back home, just tell my family like, hey guys, it didn't work. I came back to New York with my pride kind of broken, really upset, feeling really bad for my dad. But you know what? It's okay. You live and you learn, and these are experiences that you have to go through. And the whole time when my dad booked the flight to Miami and we still didn't leave yet, my brothers were just like making fun of me, like, oh, like you're really gonna go to Florida? Like, wow, you're such a little daddy's girl, blah blah blah. And then like my mom was even a little upset with my dad. But you know what? My dad really believed in me, and honestly, that's just really important for a child, to have supportive parents who really believe in them. But regardless, it didn't work out. And yeah, you know, I do feel bad because we went all the way down there, and it's a big amount of time off of work. Like, that's just like a lot of effort just to try out for something. But it's okay. It was a good experience for me. I definitely learned from that, and I know to never do that again. And every time I hear that song, Celos by Fanny Lu, I literally get flashbacks. I'm like traumatized by it. I just thought that was a really interesting story, and I wanted to tell you guys. But yes, without further ado, I hope you guys just enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys want to hear more story times from me. Let me know what other videos you guys want to hear from me. Comment that down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!